I don't think there is a more universal, more powerful image of today than the Google homepage. I think it's probably the most recognizable image in the world. It's a gateway, it's a doorway to all the information on the internet. And the way an artist works is it works in some way, just constantly looking. So I thought as an image it's so powerful, and it really does link in with artists like Mondrian, because the colours, the way the colours are broken up, it's almost like a kind of regurgitated Mondrian painting. The black lines, the colours, the blocks. I just started making these links between these artists and the design of, Windows. All interface design has got these links. If you look at a Cubist painting, there's all these different viewpoints, and when you go onto a computer, you've got all your windows out. It's basically mimicking the ideas set out in Cubism and Mondrian. I wanted to find a big iconic image of computer games, but they change so quickly over time, and they evolve, and there's a new one coming out every second, so it's very difficult to find something. So I actually went back to the past, into the early 70s, in 1972 when Pong was created. And I realised that was an amazingly iconic image of computer games, because it's the two bats and the net, which is this dotted line and the little ball. And again, it's relationship between abstract art, how we've basically looked at that bat, how our brains, through our understanding of modernism, enable us to see that as a tennis player or a tennis bat. And no one's made those connections before about how these games interfaces are actually designed and brought about. I was making these connections between Seurat and then Liechtenstein. At the time Seurat was painting his pictures, the molecule was being invented. And then there was the link between fine art when Liechtenstein was doing his Ben-Day dots. And so the next thing in line to that was the pixel. The way that the picture's constructed is of these little units of information, those little blocks. Censorship is really important in art, because when you make a painting, you basically censor everything else you don't paint. And by taking out something in a painting, you're actually focusing more on that part. As soon as you cover something up or half cover something up, you're kind of masking it. It makes it more interesting to people. People are going, why is that covered up? Why is that censorship? I found a 3D computer rendered image of the famous Nefertiti bust in Berlin, and I started linking things between Cubism, Picasso's famous head of 1909, and the facets of the Nefertiti, and one comes through mathematics and programming, which was the 3D rendered model that I painted, and one comes through Cubism. These two versions of pretty much the same kind of ideology of breaking stuff down into simple planes. And the link between Cubism and Windows is incredibly exciting and interesting, and no one's really put those two together, certainly not in like visual ideas or anything like that. So it's really exciting to be working with those kind of ideas.